You're tuned into the GOCast podcast, your one-stop shop for updates, news, tips, and community in the world of Pokemon Go. Thank you for listening.
Excited for Go Tour? I guess I'm not Unova it yet. March's Community Day Classic is sure to take a bite out of the competition. And more on this episode of GOCast. Hello and welcome to the GOCast podcast, episode 314. I'm your host, Chris, and unfortunately, I usually have Kyle with me, but he's taking a little break. So you've just got me, folks. I'm sorry, or you're welcome, whatever your opinion might be. Hopefully it's neutral, because we all love Kyle around here. I certainly miss having him here with me. This feels strange, but if Kyle can do it, I guess I can too. And he put on a heck of a show by himself a while ago. I think the episode was called Oops, All Kyle or something like that. But I'm here. And I'm getting over having, it's flu season here in the States, and especially around where the parts where I live up in the Midwest here. And, we've had two strains, not one, two strains of the flu going around, a flu A and flu B, and your boy got flu A. So last week I was in no fit condition whatsoever to record, let alone speak for any period of time. And I'm still kind of getting over it a little bit. So if I sound a little rough, I apologize for that. But I need to buckle down and get it going here and get y'all something with all the news updates that we've had before I skedaddle out of here tomorrow morning on a flight to LA for the Unova Go Tour for this year, which I'm very excited about. I've seen lots and lots of people mention that they're going to be there, and I'm excited to see y'all, run into you. I'll be in the park all 3 days, so chances are that we'll run into each other. And if you'd like to meet up, I usually set up some times, so we'll see if that happens to be the case this time. I've got a couple of plans for recording with other parties and stuff at different times, so I might be pulled away. But generally speaking, if I am going to be in a particular spot, I'll try to make it very clear on our socials. So if you're on X or Threads, GOCast podcast, and I'll post stuff there if that's going to happen. Otherwise, feel free to reach out on DM in pretty much any platform where you'll find us, and I'll do my best to respond. I am mostly and almost exclusively active on X, and I will check Threads on occasion. But a DM in Discord will also do just fine. So if you want to meet up, hit me up, and we'll make a plan together. Okay, so let's talk about things for this episode 314. So last week 2 weeks ago now, I had set some goals with Mr. Kyle before he was going to leave. And I'm going to do a full review of these when he comes back so we can compare them. But I did want to check in on one of them, which was clean out my Pokemon storage and prep for Go Tour. I still have some work to do on that one, but I am happy to say, for those of you that have been listening for a while, I cleared out 1,000 spots, which is like a lot of effort from me. I'm notoriously bad at keeping my storage in a reasonable place. Not that it is now either, but it's close. It's been in a while. So total, I've got like 1,200 free spots. I'd like to get that to about 2,000 before the event actually starts on Friday. So we'll see how that goes. But okay, again, we'll talk about goals and we'll talk about all the normal stuff when Kyle is back post tour next week and we get a chance to catch up. So I suppose without further ado, let's hop into the news. Yo, what up? It's the news. I've got 3 pieces of news for you here this week. There are some other things floating around in the Go sphere online. We're not going to talk about anything that's not confirmed, as is usually our custom here, unless it's like, more or less confirmed, just not officially confirmed. We can still talk about it. But there's a lot of stuff going around. So hopefully after Go Tour, we'll have more clarity on those things, and we can talk about it more intelligently in the future. So let's talk about the things we do know for sure that we have going on here. We got the save the dates for next season's community days. These are things that are starting in March for the next season. Yes, this season is already almost over. Unova Tour is really going to kind of be the last thing here for this season, Dual Destiny, right? So this reads, trainers, we're excited to share the dates for next season's community days. Saturday, March 8th, Saturday, March 22nd will be a classic, Sunday, April 27th, Sunday, May 11th, and Saturday, May 24th will be another Community Day Classic. Now, spoilers, we already know what the Community Day Classic is going to be and the Community Day for March as well, and we'll get to that here in a minute. It's actually kind of exciting, especially if you're into these particular Pokemon. But again, we'll talk about that in due time here in just a moment. But here are some other dates. They said Community Days aren't the only events on the horizon for the coming season. There are other fun in-game events on the way, and some of their dates are as follows. Saturday and Sunday, March 8th through the 9th will be a Max Battle Weekend. Sunday, March 16th will be a Catch Mastery Day. Sunday, March 23rd will be a Raid Day. Saturday, March 29th will be a Research Day. Saturday, April 5th will be a Raid Day. Sunday, April 6th will be a Hatch Day. Sunday, April 13th will be a Raid Day. Saturday, April 19th will be a Max Battle Day. Saturday, May 3rd will be Raid Day. Saturday, May 17th, Shadow Raid Day. And lastly, Sunday, May 25th will be a Max Battle Day. Now, we've had lots of these save the dates in the past, and they've been really great. I think across the board, Kyle and I say this every single time, and whenever I talk to anybody else about this, this is one of the best things they've ever done. Just a heads up, don't tell us what the event is, but sometimes, let's use Kyle as an example, right? He has every Saturday off, and if he wants a Sunday off, he has to make arrangements for it. And the closer it gets to that date, the harder it gets to make those adjustments sometimes. At some places at work, Kyle is a good example, right? So getting the heads up that on Sunday, May 11th, you might want to make sure you have that day off because there would be a community day that day is incredibly helpful. I would say, while this is still objectively good, this has so many dates on it, like so many dates. And so my question here is, have we gone too far? Has science gone too far? Finally, do we have too many dates? Is this overwhelming? And I suppose the answer to that question could be yes, this is overwhelming, but that's not necessarily a bad thing, right? This is just simply for planning purposes. But if you're the sort of person that's like, I do everything, or, oh my gosh, heaven forbid, you are a community ambassador. This has now been elevated to a full-time job. Like, this is so much to do and to handle. So pour one out for your community ambassador. They have a lot of work ahead of them this season, but at least they have the dates up front. So for myself, I think my opinion is that I don't think this is too much, but I do think it is overwhelming. It could be too much of a good thing, but at the same time, like seeing 1, 2, 3, 4 raid days in only 3 months is a lot. In addition to, we only have the one Catch Mastery Day. That's very cool. And then we have additionally a Shadow Raid Day, right? There's Hatch Day in there too. There's 2 Max, 2 Max Battle Days in here. It is a lot. So if you're looking at this list and going, by golly, that's a lot of dates. You're right. You're valid. 100%. I agree with you. And actually, a lot of the people I've seen online talk about this, other content creators and people that I know are like, quote unquote, super players. They were commenting about how this is too much. Oh my gosh, this is very, very overwhelming. And I think that there's definitely some merit to that. But it is what it is. And you might just have to start to pick and choose. I'm very happy I've been working on this muscle personally the past year. Of just starting to be okay with missing some things every once in a while, because if I was still in the throes of the first 2 years, the FOMO that I felt and having to go do everything and play every minute possible, this season would be insurmountable. It is a lot. Now, having stuff to do is great, but if you want to do all of it, maybe let your loved ones know that the next few months you're going to be like uber busy every weekend. And sorry about that. Sorry about that baptism. Sorry about your wedding. Sorry about your anniversary. Can't make it. I am too busy playing Pokemon Go. Of course, try to balance your life as you can. But if you want to do all these things, it's a big ask. I think that's the big takeaway here. Okay, let's move on to another piece of news here. And this is the Get Ready for Pokemon Go Tour Unova. New details revealed. Now, there wasn't like too much going on in here. This is some stuff that we knew we were going to get, right? Reshiram or Zekrom, select your event badge and do special research. You're going to be able to choose one of the two, right? And if you go in person, and then there's also going to be the global event. I'm pretty sure, as it was in the past, you couldn't get both. You got the same one each time if you went to the live one as well, right? Ticket holding trainers attending the new Taipei City or the Los Angeles tour won't select a badge. All Kyurem encountered after defeating Black Kyurem and White Kyurem in 5-star raids will be guaranteed to know the charge attack Glaciate, which is the new featured attack for that, which is great. First look, all of the new avatar items you can collect during Pokemon Go Tour Unova. The Tour Pass, its upgraded version, Tour Pass Deluxe, will be available from Monday, February 24th at 10 a.m. to Sunday, March 2nd at 6 p.m. local time. And you can claim these avatar items and other rewards in the Tour Pass until Sunday, March 9th at 6 p.m. local time. The following avatar items will be available for purchase in the in-game shop starting Monday, February 24th, 2025. And those two items are the Black Kyurem Wings and the White Kyurem Backpack. The Black Kyurem Wings are cool. It's just got like the one like gray wing going on, right? And the White Kyurem Backpack is neat too. It's like a tail with a bunch of like tubes going into like shoulder pads. It's pretty metal looking, almost steampunky to a degree. It kind of makes your character look like a Digimon. I might pick it up for that reason alone. Yeah. The Shiny Meloetta Tea will be available as a reward in the new Masterwork Research, available to purchase from the in-game shop February 24th at 10 to Sunday, March 2nd at 6 p.m. local time. Masterwork Research does not expire, so you can complete it at your own pace, and that's a good thing. If it is a well-designed Masterwork Research or lives up to our expectations with the previous ones, it'll take a hot minute to do. Something to chew on, that's for sure. Finally, you can purchase Road to Unova event add-ons to enhance your Unova experience. With the Road to Unova raid add-ons, you'll get raid-themed bonuses and the Black and White Joggers avatar item. In the Road to Unova Hatch add-on, you'll get egg hatching-themed bonuses, Pokemon counters, and the Black and White hoodie avatar item. These avatar items are pretty cool, but people have their own opinions about these add-ons and whether or not they are valuable. But I guess if you're going to be going in person to these events, like, you're probably going to pick these up, right? There's going to be event-themed stickers, Yahoo, and gifts. Yahoo, if you're there at these events, hope to see you there. And they had some extra tips for arriving at the Rose Bowl as well, because parking is a trick. So I'll have the link to this in the show notes. So if you want to go and you want to check those things before you head out for your play day this weekend, you can go take a look-see. But that's pretty much it. It's like a know before you go scenario. But if you've been to other previous tour events, I don't think there's anything super crazy. They're just filling in the gaps from the initial details that we had gotten, right? Okay, I've got actually 2 more pieces of news. I lied when I said I had 3 total. I have 4 total. This next one is March 2025 Community Day, and it's Fuecoco. It's Fuecoco. It is too bad that Kyle's not here, because Kyle loves him some Fuecoco, that's for sure. Trainers were excited to announce that Fuecoco, the Fire Croc Pokemon, will be featured during March Community Day. This will be Saturday, March 8th from 2 to 5 p.m. local time. The featured Pokemon will be, what's your guess? Fuecoco, you're so right. The featured attack is going to be Blast Burn if you get, a Skeledirge evolved up. There's going to be an attack availability update starting with the event and continuing afterwards. Skeledirge will be able to learn the charged attack Torch Song. Torch Song in trainer battles has 70 power and increases the user's attack by 1 stage. And in gyms and raids, it just has 100 power flat. We love that. There's going to be special research for $2 or the equivalent pricing tier in your local currency. And I will say, yet again, I enjoyed the last one that we had. The last community day research was great. And it doesn't expire. So I've been still like chewing on it because I didn't really get out to play. So it's been nice. It's been nice to have it and work on it. I've liked it. Almost done now. Community Day special background timed research. There will be an additional timed research for like the next half a week or 5 days or whatever the case might be. And you'll get a special background encounter if you keep up with that and complete it. The event bonuses are going to be 3 times Stardust for catching Pokemon, and then the usual suite of bonuses. So twice the candy for catching, twice a chance to get Candy XL if you are eligible for it, trainer level 31 and up. Incense and lure modules activated during the event will last for 3 hours. This excludes daily adventure incense. Sorry about that, folks. There will be snapshots you can take for a surprise. We didn't work on that photobomb medal for sure. You can do 1 additional special trade, and trades will require 50% less Stardust, the usual stuff. And field research, March Community Day themed field research tasks will be available. You can complete them to get Stardust, Great Balls, additional encounters with Fuecoco, and more. There'll be showcases, there's going to be bundles, and that's pretty much it. It's going to be Community Day. So I think this one kind of boils down to whether or not you are a Fuecoco fan or not. And I think it's safe to say most people are a fan. I will say my opinion of Fuecoco is good. But I watched some of the new anime that features Fuecoco, and I think I like Fuecoco less after hearing it in the anime, just going Fuecoco all the time, Like there are some Pokemon that when they say their name, I'm like, oh, that's cute. But when Fuecoco does it, it feels a little tragic. A little sad even, I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry that you've gotten this hand dealt to you, my friend. You know what I mean? He's certainly cute, though. Do love Fuecoco's design. And Skeledirge is really great. And Croccolore, how can you not love the naming convention? Croccolore is wonderful. The sombrero is fantastic. Everything about the whole line is really quite good. Don't tell Kyle I said this, though. Because he loves Fuecoco, and I have to pretend like he's not all that, So we'll keep that between you and I. How about that? But that's March Community Day 2025. Again, March 8th, 2 to 5 p.m. local time. Fuecoco. Don't miss it. You'll be sad. You did. Okay, we've got one more piece of news here. And it is March's Community Day Classic. Now, they match on themes, but the types are a little bit opposite each other here because this Community Day Classic for March is going to feature Totodile, the big jaw Pokemon. So we got a lot little bitey boys featured in March. Isn't that fun? This will be Saturday, March 22nd from 2 to 5 p.m. local time. Totodile will be featured. The featured attack will be Hydro Cannon if you evolve to a Feraligatr. There will be a special research for $2 or your equivalent pricing tier. There will be the special background themed research thing for 5 days after the fact. Make sure you do it if you want the background. The event bonuses are going to be quarter hatch distance when eggs are placed into incubators, and then lure modules and incense, excluding daily adventure incense, will last for 3 hours. And then there will be photobombs as well. Field research, showcases, event bundles, the usual fare. But it is a classic, so it is less. It's less full featured than your regular Community Day, as per usual, right? So that's it for the news. I do anticipate that when we come back, we will have more information on more events. I'm really hoping that we get some more information on Unova Tour Global, so we can talk about that a bit. Because that, very obviously, just statistically applies to more people, and therefore probably more people listening to this as well. And I also want to know what's going on so I can make plans for it. Ideally, I would have liked to know before this trip, so I can focus on some stuff during in person in LA, and then fill the rest of the gaps potentially global. But we'll just roll the dice, folks. We'll just roll the dice and see how it goes. Okay, I can already feel in my voice going a little bit here. So I think I'm going to wrap it up. I know this is a shorter one, but I did want to make sure y'all had the news up to date before I'm gone. And I did mention that I will be doing some recording. I have some plans to record with some other folks while I'm out there. I should be meeting up and recording a little bit with the boys from the Incense podcast. And then another one as well that I'll leave to be more of a surprise after it happens. So got plans on Friday night to record. It'll be great. It'll be somebody that you already know and we've recorded with in the past. Good friends of the show, and good friend of mine. So that'll be a good one. Hope you look forward to it. We'll keep you in the loop. Okay. So with all of that said, I will see y'all on the other side of Unova Tour LA, and I'll be happy to tell you about how it all went and how much fun it was and how much we should be looking forward to global. Okay. But this is the end of the show. So if you'd like to email us, you can by sending it to mail@GOCastPodcast.com. You can also leave us a voicemail by calling 262-586-7717. Visit our website for all things GOCast at GOCastPodcast.com. Follow us on X and Threads at GOCast Podcast is the handle there. And if you'd like to help support the show monetarily for as little as $1 a month, which gets you access to our Patreon Discord, you can do so via Patreon. That is spelled patreon.com/GOCast podcast. And speaking of our patrons, big shout out to our elite trainer tier patrons who give a little extra, and we love them for it. Big thank you to Bo, Daniel, Lori, Michael, Ozzy, Arkham, Marvin, and Mimi, Swartz, Sui and Ryan, Thayer, Jason, Justin, Charles, Modders, Lee, William, Brandon, Ethan, Stephen, Nick, our favorite listener, Drew 2, Camo, The Ugly Rock, Jacob, Victoria, Sarlor, Memorandums, Nabil, Tish, Jacob, Matthew, Don, John Paul, Micah, Sean, Dave, and Nessacow. Man, I really am. I'm struggling over here. I couldn't do it this time. But thank you all so much for your generous support of the show. We love you to pieces. Thank you. And that's going to do it. My goals are to survive. This weekend, I have been resting up. I am definitely over the flu. I'm just in the fatigue stage, but I'm committed to having a great time and spending time with friends, catching Pokemon, and making some content while we're out there too. So, until the next time we talk after tour, see you then. Bye-bye.